Material editing. I bring back my Enscape view, zoom into the bricks, click this icon, Material Editor. Select the brick by holding on your Command key, select the materials on your screen. Then it will automatically bring you to the bricks material. So here, there's a few things that you can edit. I put them side by side. So this is the Material Editor window, the Enscape and the SketchUp. So in Enscape editing, then you can change the pattern by simply replace this image. Down here is a height map. Then this is the different types of mapping on materials. I try it one by one. Normal map, which means that we basically just place the materials on the surface and it looks a bit weak. Then palm map, it will actually apply a bit of the texture on the surface. Adjust the amount, then you see the difference on the brick surface. I break it down to 0, going all the way to 10, 0 again. Then you see the roughness on the surface. Usually for brickworks, I would use displacement map. The right patches is the gouting, which means the joint of the bricks. By adjusting the amount of it, you are actually creating a more realistic materials. When I bring it up to maybe like 2 point something, then immediately you see the bricks is coming out a little bit. I bring down to 0.4, which looks a lot better. Compared to the SketchUp mapping, which is a very 2D, two-dimensional, flat, and in Enscape, it becomes three-dimensional. Next, I go to the other area. Okay. Water. So in the scene, there's a water elements here. In order to map water onto your renders, you need to separate water as a group, which I did it here. I create a new group for the water area, and I leave the container as another group. Now, for water mapping, you don't need to do a lot of things. What you need to have is a group of model, the geometry. Then I open the bucket, I applied a color on it. So it doesn't matter what color is it at the moment. I apply color on it. Then in Enscape window, immediately you see that I have a cyan patch on the surface. What I need to do next is to open Material Editor. I put it on the right. It will automatically select the materials that I'm mapping as water. So there's two ways to do water. First is to do tabs. Go tabs, open the options window, click water. Then Enscape will automatically translate that group into a water material. You can also adjust the scale of it or the intensity of it. Okay, so I'm going back to around 50% and 50%, which is good. And when you move around this view, then you see the reflection and the wave of the water. It is particularly useful when you're doing animation, but if you're doing a still image, it still looks good. Window and metal mapping. Zoom into the window. This time we use another materials. In an extension, architecture. I go to the categories, metal, I select the first one, zinc, black frame. Then I import it to the SketchUp model, map on the window. After that, I open Material Editor. automatically it will select the sink. There's two ways to create a more realistic window frame with an angle. First is to adjust this roughness. At the moment, the material is very rough, so you don't see kind of the refraction or the metallic texture there. So bring down the roughness, then you immediately in Enscape, then you see a bit of the refraction and looks more like a black aluminium. Then you can bring up to material and spectacular bar to maybe 50 around. Then you see the difference between before and after on the renderings. This is one thing or one way to create a more realistic metal mapping. Or you can change the tab here from generic to clear coat. The refractive surface will be more drastic if you change it to clear coat, almost like you have a coating or framing on the surface, reflecting the surrounding environment. I keep it like this.